Have you ever said yes when every part of you wanted to say no? Have you ever apologized for something that wasn't your fault? Have you ever stayed quiet just to avoid upsetting someone? If so, you may not simply be a kind person. You may have fallen into one of the most misunderstood psychological traps, being too nice. And despite what many people believe, being too nice isn't always a strength. Sometimes it's a survival strategy. Let's go deeper. From a young age, many of us are taught to be polite, helpful, respectful, generous. These are good qualities. They help us build relationships, create trust, and live peacefully with others. But somewhere along the way, some people stop being kind and start becoming people pleasers. There's a difference. Kindness comes from choice. People pleasing comes from fear. Fear of rejection, fear of conflict, fear of disappointing others. Now imagine this. Someone asks you for a favor. You're exhausted. You don't have time. You don't even want to do it. But you still say, "Of course." Not because you wanted to help, but because saying no felt impossible. That single moment seems small, but repeat it hundreds of times, and you slowly teach your brain something dangerous. My needs matter less than everyone else's. Now here's something important. Psychologists know that people who constantly prioritize others often lose touch with themselves. They become experts at reading everyone else's emotions, but strangers to their own. They know when everyone else is upset, but they can't answer one simple question. What do I actually want? Now let's go deeper. Being too nice often attracts the wrong people. Not everyone, but some. Because people who ignore boundaries naturally gravitate toward those who rarely set them. The more available you become, the more you're expected to stay available. The more you sacrifice, the more sacrifice becomes normal. Until one day, people stop appreciating your kindness. They start expecting it. Now here's the deeper truth. Many people believe that if they're nice enough, everyone will love them. But psychology says something different. Respect doesn't come from saying yes to everything. Respect grows when people know you value yourself too. Healthy boundaries don't push good people away. They reveal who only valued you when you had no boundaries. Now let's take it one level deeper. Why is saying no so difficult? Because for many people, no doesn't feel like a word. It feels like rejection, guilt, selfishness, failure. Their brain has linked boundaries with losing love. So every time they protect themselves, it feels emotionally dangerous, even when it's the healthiest thing they could do. Now here's something fascinating. Research consistently shows that people who have healthy boundaries often experience better relationships, not worse ones. Why? Because honesty builds trust. Resentment destroys it. Every time you say yes while secretly meaning no, a small amount of resentment grows, not toward the other person, toward yourself. Now, what can we learn from this? First, kindness should never require abandoning yourself. Second, saying no doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you an honest one. And finally, remember this. The goal isn't to become cold or selfish or uncaring. The goal is to become someone whose kindness is a gift, not an obligation. Now here's something powerful. The people who truly care about you won't disappear the first time you set a boundary. They'll respect it. Because healthy relationships don't require you to lose yourself just to keep someone else comfortable. So if you've spent years trying to make everyone happy, ask yourself one question. Who has been making sure that you're happy too? Because kindness is beautiful, but only when it includes the person in the mirror. If you enjoy psychology, human behavior, and understanding the hidden patterns that shape our lives, subscribe. Because sometimes the habits we call strengths are quietly hurting us the most.